It is a busy election eve. The vice presidential candidates both in La Crosse for the first time. Our team coverage starts with Governor Tim Walz at the Main. This is the VP hopeful and Minnesota governor's first campaign stop in La Crosse. He spoke in front of supporters starting just about 15 minutes ago, and it does appear like he is still speaking right now. He touched on his small town roots and Minnesota values, as well as Harris's plans to tackle price gouging and bring down prices for Americans. We'll have a full recap of Walz's visit tonight on News 8 Now at 5, 6, and 10. And a short time ago, J.D. Vance also speaking to supporters here in La Crosse. He was at the La Crosse Center. That's where News 8 Now's Grace Monk is live for us. Grace.
Alexandra, Vance had a full crowd this morning for his last stop in the battleground state. Vance focused on inflation and immigration. He accused Kamala Harris of opening the border and letting in over 400,000 illegal immigrants. Vance referenced an incident in Prairie du Chien, where an undocumented immigrant was arrested after assaulting a woman and her daughter.
And you think of this innocent woman and her child who were sexually assaulted by a drug cartel member, and Kamala Harris has the audacity to say that she stands for women and young girls. You know, the most important thing, Kamala, if you want to stand for women and young girls, is you want to make our communities safe enough for women and young girls to be able to walk down the street without being sexually assaulted by a criminal that you let into this country.
Vance also talked about how close the election will be, encouraging supporters to go out and vote tomorrow. He was joined this morning by Wisconsin GOP members, including Wisconsin's 3rd District Congressman Derek Van Orden. Reporting live in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now. Alexandra.
All right, Grace, thank you for that update. And the high-profile visits meant high-profile security as well. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall joining us from the newsroom with that angle for us. Jeremy.
Yeah, Alexandra, if you're downtown, you definitely notice the extra layers of security. As for the road closures and traffic, it wasn't that bad, but people did plan ahead. Brenda Wood left her home extra early today. She was worried about finding parking. Other people say getting into and around downtown was fine. I also caught up with voters who are ready to cast their vote in this historical election.
I'm excited about Harris and moving us forward, not only for women's rights that we could be losing, but I'm a strong advocate of our violence issue, our gun violence issue.
I voted for Trump. I think he's the right guy. I like his policies, and moving forward.
And again, this was Walz and Vance's only appearance in La Crosse before the election. We'll have more on both campaign events tonight at 5. For now, in the newsroom, Jeremy Wall, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Jeremy. And a quick guide for you now to voting tomorrow. Polls will open at 7 a.m. in Wisconsin and Minnesota. Wisconsin voters can find your polling location at myvote.wi.gov. In Minnesota, head to the Secretary of State's website. La Crosse and Eau Claire residents, you can get free public transit rides to the polls. Polls, by the way, closing at 8 p.m. tomorrow. As long as you're in line by then, you will be able to cast your vote. If you still need a photo ID to vote in tomorrow's election, there is still time to do that. The Wisconsin DMV extending its hours to help. All service centers will stay open till 6 p.m. today and tomorrow. You will need to bring a birth certificate, proof of identity, and Wisconsin residency to get your free voter ID. You can find more information on the Wisconsin Elections Commission website.